Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beautiful people. Welcome back again to my channel. If you are new here, you're welcome. My new subscribers, Jazakumullahu khairan. I appreciate you all. And please, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing and share my video. Comment down below your opinion, any suggestion, just comment it down below. Wa Jazakumullahu khairan. So inshallah, in today's video, let's talk about Ra'sun Nifaq. Who was Ra'sun Nifaq? The name of this man was Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. Yeah, he caused so many calamities in Medina, causing disputes among the Muslims, the Muhajirin and Ansar. As we all know, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born in Mecca. In Mecca, the disbelievers, they worship idol. And because Allah has appointed Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as his prophet, then Prophet Muhammad would preach to these people, the idol worshipper. He would preach to them, worship Allah and worship Allah alone. But these people refused and they attempt to kill the prophet, and they caused so many calamities, fitna. So Allah commanded the prophet, Allah told him to migrate to Medina. So Prophet Muhammad migrated from Mecca to Medina, and that migration is what we call hijrah. And the companions that migrated with the prophet, were the muhajirins. So we call them muhajirin. So they migrated from Mecca to Medina, and when they got to Medina, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was accepted by the people of Medina, which we call those people the Ansar. So those people, they accommodated the prophet, they accepted the prophet. Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. So Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul was also from Yemen. He migrated to Medina, and he was a chief of Khazraj. Then when he got to Medina, he came before the prophet to Medina. So when he got to Medina, he wanted to rule the people of Medina. But because of the love the people of Medina had for the prophet, they made Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam their ruler. So Prophet Muhammad became the ruler. He was just among the people anyway. So they choose the prophet by love. And this man, Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, maybe he became furious and angry that he developed so much hatred for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But he wouldn't show that hatred. Instead, he would pretend to be a Muslim. So he used to pretend as if he was a Muslim. He would go to mosques before Khutbatul Jum'ah, before Prophet Muhammad would deliver Khutbatul Jum'ah. He would go to the mosques and tell the people, "Oh people, this is Prophet Muhammad. Mashallah, a blessing to you people. So worship Allah and obey the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Obey whatever he asks you to do. Honor him." You know, he used to tell people to accept Prophet Muhammad and believe in whatever he is preaching to them. But all these things he was saying was just to pretend as if he was a Muslim. And some things he also used to do is that they would have agreed with the Muslims that inshallah they want to go for battles. But when they get to that battle or about to start the battle, then Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul will withdraw You understand? He will withdraw. So he was a great munafiq that Allah actually sent so many verses in the Quran talking about this, the characteristics of this man. إِذَا جَاءَكَ الْمُنَافِقُونَ قَالُوا نَشْهَدُ إِنَّكَ لَرَسُولُ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ إِنَّكَ لَرَسُولُهُ وَاللَّهُ يَشْهَدُ إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ لَكَاذِبُونَ. So this man, especially if you check the Quran, any part of the Quran that is discussing about Munafiqin, their head is this man, Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. He was also the initiator of Hadithatul Ifk. He initiated this Hadithatul Ifk, the accusation of Mother Aisha. He accused her of zina. He said she committed zina. So may Allah help us. Like, he created so many calamities. And another calamities he created was that in one battle, when Prophet Muhammad went to battle, the name of this battle was called Ghazwatul Bani Mustalik, Ghazwatul Muraisi. So at that battle, there was disagreement between Muhajir and Ansar. So a man from Muhajir and the other man from Ansar. So they were having disagreements. So the Ansar means those that were already in Medina. Then Muhajirin are those that came to Medina, right? So the Ansar man was calling upon his people, Ya al Ansar. And the Muhajir also said, Ya al Muhajirin. When Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul heard this, he became jealous. Like, really? Ansar was calling his people, and Muhajir is also calling his people. Like, for real? Like, see the people the Ansar helped, and now, so he made a comparison, like parable. He said the parable of the Ansar and Muhajirin is just like the parable that goes this way, that says a weak dog that was hungry and was later fed. Like, we fed this dog, and now that this dog has become strong, it's starting to eat us. You understand? So he was comparing, making an example that the Muhajirins, they are the dog, the weak dog that the Ansar fed, and now the Muhajir is now calling upon his people. Like, imagine, these people came to Medina and they are disturbing us. They came to our land. He was the one saying all this. He said, this Muhajirin, they came to Medina, they are bothering us. They came to our land, and see what they are causing. So, inshallah, la in raja'na ila al-madinati la yukhrijanna al-a'azzu minha al-adhal. So he said, inshallah, when we get to Medina, the most honorable we bring out, we expel out the most weak. You understand? So it meant that when they get to Medina, the most honorable, which is himself, Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, we bring out the weak, which means the Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet, and his people, his companions. So he was saying that, inshallah, when they get to Medina, after the battle, they will bring out the most honorable, the strong one will expel out the weak from Medina. So he was now saying different things just to, instead of him to separate them and, to make peace among these two people making disagreements. Instead, he was just, putting more fuel in it and causing more calamity, saying that, assuming the Ansar did not take care of this Muhajirin when they came to them, assuming they didn't help them out, they didn't give them food, they didn't give them shelter, accommodation, then the Muhajirin wouldn't have been talking like this to them. They would have find another place to go. But because now that the Ansar has accommodated them, now he is also calling his people. Ansar is calling Yal al Ansar, and Muhajir is also calling Yal al Muhajirin. So he was saying so many things just to, to increase the dispute between them. Then the Prophet ﷺ was informed about everything he said. The Prophet asked him that, truly, Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, did you say all this about Muhajirin? Did you truly say this? Then he denied. He said, Ya Rasulallah, of course I can't say all these things. Like maybe they heard something else. I can never say he was pretending actually, he was an hypocrite. So he was denying. Then Allah revealed verse talking about what he said because he was denying. Allah wanted to disgrace him. Then Allah revealed a verse of the Quran to prove that truly he said what he said. In Surah al-Munafiqun, Allah said, يقولون لئن رجعنا إلى المدينة ليخرجن الأعز من الأذل. So Allah repeated that, yes, truly, He said, لئن رجعنا إلى المدينة ليخرجن الأعز منها الأذل ولله العزة ولرسوله. Then Allah was replying him that He wanted to expel the weak, right? Who is He calling the weak? It means Allah or the Prophet or the mu'minin, the muhajirin are the weak? No. وَالْعِزَّةُ وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Allah said, and for Allah is the izzah, is the honor, وَلِرَسُولِهِ, and the honor is also for the Prophet, وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and also for the mu'minin. Allah said that, but the hypocrites, they know this not. They didn't know that the power is for Allah and the Prophet and also for the Muslims. So after the Prophet read this verse to him, so he became embarrassed, and I think he developed so much hatred for the Prophet and wanted to revenge. So the Prophet also advised the Ansar and the Muhajirin to stop that ignorance behavior. He said, Da'uha fa'innaha muntina. Stop this ignorance behavior. Why are you discriminating? Why are you calling Ansar and Muhajir also calling Muhajirin? Like, you all are Muslims, and that calling you are calling is the call of ignorance. Now you are Muslims, you now have knowledge, you are one. So stop that. Da'uha fa'innaha muntina. So then another incident happened about Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. Just after they've completed that battle of Murayseh, so when they were returning back to Medina, he actually initiated an incident concerning al-Mu'minin Aisha radiallahu anha. He accused Mother Aisha radiallahu anha of adultery. So maybe this was just to revenge about what Prophet Muhammad revealed about him, like when Allah sent that verse down. So he felt embarrassed, and maybe the way to revenge, he accused al-Mu'minin of zina. So inshallah, in my next video, I'm going to discuss about Hadithatul Ifk, the slander of Mother Aisha radiallahu anha. Watch out for my next video. Wa jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.